Welcome to the Ageless Edge, the place where age is just a number and your best life begins now. If you believe life after 60 can be bold, vibrant, and full of new possibilities, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of unstoppable, ageless warriors ready to rewrite their stories every single day. They say life after 60 is supposed to slow down. They say the big moments are behind you. But they're wrong. So wrong. Because the truth is, if you're still here, your story hasn't even been fully told. And the next chapter can be the one that changes everything. I want you to imagine something. You wake up one morning, you look in the mirror, and you see not the lines on your face, but the map of your life. Every line, every wrinkle, a road you've walked. Some were uphill climbs, some were quiet valleys, but all of them led you here. And here is powerful, because here is where you get to decide how the rest of your story will be written. Too many people over 60 believe they're in the last act of their play. They think it's time to pack away dreams, to shrink their world, to live smaller, quieter, safer. But that's the greatest trap. The world will try to convince you to fade into the background, to settle for comfort instead of adventure, to accept that your best days are over. I'm here to tell you, they aren't, not even close. Think about this. Some of the most incredible things in history were done by people who others thought were past their prime. A man ran a marathon at 101 years old. A woman published her first novel at 88. One man climbed Mount Everest at 80, not because they were stronger than everyone else, but because they refused to believe the story the world tried to write for them. Now, maybe you're not climbing mountains. Maybe you're not running races, but you do have mountains in your life, things you've told yourself are too late to try, dreams you've quietly buried, skills you've put away in a box in the attic of your mind. It's time to bring them back out, because after 60, you finally have something you didn't have at 20 or 40: perspective, wisdom, the ability to see what really matters. And that is the sharpest edge you will ever carry. Let me tell you about Margaret. At 64, she lost her husband of 40 years. Her world collapsed overnight. She said for months she sat in silence. She thought, this is it. The story is over. But one afternoon, she took a walk past a community center, and she heard laughter from inside. She stepped in. It was a writing workshop. She hadn't written in decades, but she sat down. She started with a single page, then a chapter, then a book. Today, Margaret is 72. Her memoir has touched thousands of lives. She says she wakes up with purpose again. She didn't find a new life because time gave it to her. She created it. And that's what I want you to know. You can create, rebuild, restart at any age. Here's the real danger. It's not the years passing that will rob you of life. It's the belief that they already have. When you start saying things like, it's too late, I'm too old, I can't learn that, I can't change now, you're building your own cage, and every year you stay inside, the bars get thicker. But if you're willing to take one small action today, not tomorrow, not next month, today, you can shatter that cage. You can feel alive again. This is why life after 60 can be your most powerful time, because you finally have permission to live for yourself, not for a career, not for raising kids, not for keeping up with expectations. For you. I know what you might be thinking, but what if I fail? What if I try and it doesn't work? Let me ask you, what if you don't try at all? What if the regret grows bigger than the fear? What if one day you look back and realize the last 20 years could have been the best of your life, but you let them slip by because you thought you had nothing left to give? Don't let that be your story. Every day you wake up, you get another chance to surprise yourself, to meet a new friend, to learn something exciting, to build something from scratch, to feel joy in places you never expected to find it. You're not running out of time, you're running out of excuses. And I promise you this, the moment you stop measuring your worth by your age, the world will start to look different. Opportunities will appear where you thought there were none. Doors will open because you dared to knock when everyone else stayed quiet. Life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about going deeper, living bolder, loving harder. Your story is not ending. It's about to take a turn. And the chapter you write next might just be the one you're remembered for. If the Ageless Edge inspired you today, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Share it with someone who needs this message and tell us your story in the comments, because here, every voice matters and your journey could inspire others.